Hey guys, what's up? It's IsTJ27 here, and today we have another freaking story, so let's get into it. Before we get into the story, the goal for today's video is 10 freaking likes. I want to thank you guys for hitting 1.1k. That is a freaking awesome number, and let's just keep getting more, guys. Let's keep growing. And for everybody that likes this freaking video, gets a freaking free, limited time only, freaking, baseball bat. Yes, you will get a free baseball bat if you like this video. It'll be right in your backyard waiting for you. So let's get into it. Today's video is about... What is today's video about? Oh, yes, today's video is freaking insane. This is probably one of the weirdest stories you guys will hear on my story. I mean, here on my channel. It's really freaking weird. So sit down, grab the popcorn, and just get ready. So I don't play any sports as of right now, but you know, if I'm with my friends, we'll play sports and stuff, but I don't play for like an actual team. But I still know how to play stuff. Like I know how to play basketball. I know how to play sports, obviously. But freaking soccer is what most of my friends like to play, and usually like during the summer, we'll go out, just play soccer for 2 or 3 hours and just have a good time. Now, there's like really only 2 fields to play at. There's one that's by my house. It's right next to like all this like stuff. And then there's one that's like kind of off of this road, and it's like a whole bunch of soccer fields in one. It's a soccer like complex, and literally it's really big, and like you could probably stand in the middle of like this place and like scream at the top of your lungs and nobody will hear you. Like it's kind of weird that it's in the middle of nowhere. And during the weekends, nobody's there, which is kind of good and bad thing. Like me and my friends go there, and like we kind of it's just like a group of us, like probably 6 or 7 of us, and we kind of just go and just play. And usually, you know, there's somebody like walking their dog or somebody riding their bike, but there's nobody else there, and it's really freaking creepy too. But the one time it was really freaking weird. So, you know, we'd usually go, we'd play music and just like kind of play soccer, and you know, we'd see somebody like jogging or something, and just like, you know, but nothing really major. And the place isn't like in the middle of nowhere. Like, don't think it's like out in the middle of the desert and it's like 500 miles away from civilization. Like, you can walk down the road and you'll be like at a friggin' store, but it's still like it's like literally just probably like an acre or two just of nothing. And it's surrounded by woods. So me and my friends are playing freaking soccer there, right? And it's summer. We're having a good time. And like we were at the one end of the field, and you can see all the way to the other end of the field. And out of the I look to the woods, and I just see this like guy walk out. Like he literally just walked out of the woods out of nowhere. And I'm like kind of just like looking at him, and he's limping. He was literally limping, like walking literally like a zombie. He was walking like a zombie, and he didn't know where he was going. Like he started walking left, then he started walking right, then he started walking like towards us. And I was kind of freaked out about it, and none of my other friends saw him. So I was kind of just like, all right, what the heck? And you know, he kind of waddled towards us like more closer and closer. And it was like there was a hill, so he kind of got out of sight for a little bit. I'm like, all right, guys, did anybody else see that guy? And like my one friend's like, yeah, I saw him. And I'm like, all right, what are we gonna do if he comes over here? And you know, we start joking around, like, oh, we're just gonna beat him up and stuff. Yeah, we're gonna kick him with the soccer ball. Yeah, we're gonna beat him up. And I'm like, yeah, whatever. Cause like nobody ever comes up to us and starts talking to us, and like nothing really goes on. Like nobody's gonna try to kidnap us or whatever. But this guy, he got to the end of the parking lot, and we were at the other side of the parking lot, and we're just playing soccer, minding our own business, and he's like, what? He literally was like looking like a zombie, just walking towards us. All right, he wasn't making any noise, but he was just limping towards us, and like I thought maybe he was just like jogging through the woods and he stepped on like a nail or something, and he like limped on something. I don't know, but he was walking towards us. Like you could always tell that he wanted like to talk to us, and I'm like, all right, guys, here we go. And he comes up to us. All right, we're kind of scattered out, and I have a soccer ball in my hand. Like I was just juggling, and I had it in my hand. And the guy comes up to us. He was probably like 20 feet away from us, and we were kind of like all scattered out, like around him. And I just like he was looking at my one friend, like literally just him. He was literally looking at him and not saying anything with his mouth open, limping towards my friend. My friend's like, hi. and the guy doesn't say anything. He kind of mumbled something, and he just didn't say anything. He just keeps walking towards my friend. My friend's like, do you need something? And the guy just mumbles, and he's just like limping towards him, limping towards him, getting faster. And he eventually gets super close to my friend. My friend kind of like starts backing up, and he goes to reach for my friend. And me and my friend start yelling. We're like, hey, get off him. And he's trying to grab my friend and stuff, and he's limping. And I just take my soccer ball, and I throw it. And it hits the guy in the head. And the guy falls over and gets off my friend. And my friend kind of like runs over towards us. And I kind of walked over to the guy. And I just see this giant gash out of the back of his head. Like, it was a giant gash. And he was bleeding all over his head, all over his neck. It was like going down his shoulder. He just had blood everywhere. And like at first I thought I did that to him, hitting him with the soccer ball, but it was obviously like something fell and scraped the crap out of his head. And he wasn't saying anything. He was just kind of moaning like and I was just like, all right guys, let's get out of here. So we pick up everything, we start packing up, and this guy's slowly getting up. And you know, my one friend called his dad, and his dad was coming to get us. And we start walking down, like, the end of the parking lot. And we were walking faster than this guy. But he's, again, walking towards us. Like, he was literally walking towards us again. And we were kind of just like, go away, like, telling him to go away. And he wasn't saying anything, just limping towards us. Literally looked like a zombie. Well, anyways, my friend's dad picked us up. We start driving down the road, and we start telling him about, like, what happened. And he's like... And immediately his dad thinks, oh, well, he needs help and needs to, like, take him to a hospital or something. So his dad turns around. In the matter of a minute, his dad turns around, pulls into the parking lot, and the guy's nowhere to be found. Nowhere. Like, I literally don't know where he could have gone. Like, if he went into the woods, he wouldn't even have made it that far at the rate he was walking. And we would have been able to see him because he had, like, a yellow shirt on. But it was kind of, like, brown from, like, all the, whatever, mud. And anyways, guys, this is just a weird story. I hope you enjoyed it. As always, hit the like, subscribe, and comment what to do next time. See you in the next episode. Goodbye. And they're, like, yelling. And then after a while, it's kind of just, like, quiet. And I'm, like, just kind of, like, break the silence. I'm like, hey, you want to play Hunger Games with us or something? And he's like, sure. And literally, they just got into, like, a 20-minute